Hello, gorgeous souls. Welcome to another episode of Become an Energy Empress with me, Marli Darling. Today we're going to talk about leaving a margin for magic. Now, what does that mean? That sounds kind of abstract or fluffy, but it's actually something really, really magical that we can start to bring into our everyday lives to create a more magical life, a more magical experience here in this world, on this earth, in this lifetime. Because life, that's what life's about, is creating a really enjoyable life and having an experience here. It's not about, the complete opposite would be just sitting in your house doing absolutely nothing all day, having zero experiences. And somewhere in the middle, without the margin for magic, is where people get stuck. It baffled me growing up as a kid and as a teenager, just observing humans and adults and the way that people live and that we grow up. And kids are so playful and free and they're open to opportunity and they know that anything could happen, especially mine. They're like flitting about doing a million different things at once, or just completely following their flow. But then as we grow up, we start to follow this really set trajectory, and it doesn't matter what career you have or where you live or how many kids you have or the differences and the nuances in each life. Most people are living this life where they get into the pattern of their life and then they recreate that pattern of their life, and so it's a predicted trajectory. Some people have more exciting careers and some people travel the globe and stuff, and I think those people are the ones who are more open to change and magic and differences. But for now, let's talk about the average person. The thing is that it's a human brain thing, for starters. The brain likes comfort and familiarity and predictability, because that means we're safe and that we're not about to be eaten by a tiger in the forest. It's a part of our brain and it's natural. But what can happen is, as we go about our life, we start to create these expectations, and it actually starts when we're a child, when we're growing up to the age of 7. Your subconscious mind is learning and absorbing beliefs about the world. Humans are quite interesting because we have such a long period of infancy and our brain learns as we grow throughout that stage. Whereas something like a lizard or a rabbit just has these inbuilt instincts that will follow the same reaction to the same trigger every single time. Humans can learn, and that's how we evolve as a species, and that's how we grow as people. But where was my point with that? But what can happen is that because we have these expectations, that's what we believe to be true about our life, and that's what we believe to be possible for us. So even if you have really big dreams for your life, you have all these beliefs in your head already about what's possible for you, how long it will take, what kind of effort it will take, what kind of work, how hard you'll have to work. So many different beliefs. So you've got this big goal and your conscious mind believes it, and your unconscious mind, your subconscious mind might believe it, maybe not completely so. Now that's the big goal. When we look at our big goal and then we look at our daily life, often there's a big gap. And what we do is we assume that we've got to take our current circumstances and slowly mold them and work them towards this goal that we want to create. But we assume that tomorrow is going to be mostly the same as today. And yes, it will be. And for some people, when you're really stuck in a rut, I'm sure most people have been in a rut, when you're stuck in a rut, it feels like every day's the same. That's a really extreme version of it. But on the whole, for most people, every day is mostly the same, just a little bit different. Now, when I'm talking about leaving a margin for magic, it's becoming more and more and more open to the possibilities of what the day can bring. So even if you take the same commute to work every day, even if you go to the same park with your kids every day, it's starting to realize that, hey, I actually don't know what I'm going to see along the way. I actually don't know who's going to be there today. I don't know what I'll find along the way. I don't know what opportunities will present themselves. I don't know what blessings will come to me today. And when you start to have this belief, but also it's mostly the energy, you are opening up your energy to the endless possibilities and realizing that anything's possible and saying to the universe, yes, universe, I'm open. Bring me some surprises today. That's leaving the margin for magic. That's part of it anyway. Because when we assume that things are going to be the same, and I'm going to go to the park and I'm going to see the same old people, and I'm going to go to work and I'm going to have the same old opportunities, or maybe incremental growth, or maybe I'll get a promotion. Or with kids, my kids are probably going to be the same today. They'll react the same, respond the same, behave the same, and then I'll respond to the same to them, and then we'll have the same issues as yesterday and the same beautiful times as yesterday. What we're doing is, when in the manifestation world, people talk about intentions, but this is really important. I want everyone to know that your expectations are your intentions. What you believe is going to happen, what you feel is going to happen, what you assume is going to happen, that's an intention. It's not necessarily the thing you want to happen, but you are placing this energy and this belief that that's the thing that's going to happen. So when you don't leave that margin for magic, when you don't get into the energy of possibility, you are closing off all those other avenues. The way I see it is the universe has endless possibilities, and I see them as like a million paths shooting out from me at any moment, and I could take any one of them and I could see anything could happen on any one of them. But as soon as I make an assumption, as soon as I start visualizing how something will happen, how my day will go, how I'll achieve a goal, I'm narrowing in on that one little path, and that's what I'm telling the universe to make happen. And if you can think about all that energy of all those endless possibilities trying to squeeze itself into this one narrow little path that I've decided is the way it's going to happen, it can slow down your manifestations. It can cut off all those other blessings and opportunities. It can slow it down from happening because the universe had a million other ways that were quicker and faster and easier. So when we're open to the possibilities, when we leave this margin for magic, we're really saying to the universe, all right, universe, show me what you've got. It's your job to tell the universe what you want and how you want to feel and why you want the thing, but it's not your job to tell the universe the why. So leaving a margin for magic is kind of, it's like when I talk about overarching intentions. It's like not specifically saying what you want, but what you want is for the universe to surprise you with blessings and give you a beautiful day, and you might have no idea what's going to happen today. And throughout that, within that day where you've got that energy of this magic, of this possibility, as you go about your day and you say, oh, I'd really love a copy of that book. Oh, I'd really like a new whiteboard. Hey, I'd really love some new slippers. Oh, I'd really love to see the platypus today. All of those things are examples of what I've manifested in my life when I've gotten into the present and into this energy of anything is possible. Anything is possible. And when I first started manifesting, that was the key, is that every day I'd think, wow, anything can happen today. Bring me blessings, universe. It's more than being grateful, because I feel like grateful can have kind of this heavy energy, like it's something we're supposed to be doing, and it's kind of almost a masculine thing. But true gratitude is, I guess, more like appreciation. It's just appreciating everything. And I guess that's just being pedantic, but to me there's different energies there. When you're just appreciating everything and then noticing what you like, there's not so much resistance. There's no force there. It just is a natural unfolding of the energy within you to create the life that you desire around you. And it's really, really magical and beautiful. So that's one aspect of it, or the main aspect of it, is being open to the possibilities. I want to hone in a little bit on that, being really particular about what path things are going to happen in. When you are open to the different paths, you're leaving, it's called the margin for magic because it's giving the universe that wiggle room rather than strangling it into this one position that it has to take. And you can do this with any of your manifestations. If you want any desires you want in your life, open up to receive them in any way possible. Now, this doesn't just apply to particular intentions. Like I used the example before of children. Leaving a margin for magic means releasing your attachment so strongly to current circumstance. A thing that a lot of people do, and it's kind of what I was saying before, is making every day you expect to be kind of the same. The thing with that is that you're creating from circumstance. You're saying, where's my life now? Where do I want to be? And how do I think I'm going to get there? And we think in this logical human pattern of step by step, how will it unfold? And a lot of that projection of how we think it will happen is based either on our past, and we'll project a lot of the past experiences we've had and the past feelings and mindset and belief we've had during those experiences onto our future experiences. For example, we might think this is going to be really hard, or you might have some self-doubt, or any of those sort of internal things are projected onto that future, and they don't have to be. Sorry, I've got like two trains of thought in my head at any given moment, and I lost the second one. I'm just going to have a drink of water. I will pause so you don't have to listen to me drinking. Okay, so the other thing that we do is make assumptions based on how it's worked for other people and how we think it could work for us. And it's all about the action steps and really grounded in tangible reality. When you leave that margin for magic, you think about what you would like to achieve and what action steps you will take to help create it, but you leave that margin for magic. The universe might bring opportunities to you. It might fast track things for you. It might bring you new ways of doing things. It might give you new insights. It's really important to listen to your intuition because it will bring you inspired action and intuitive action of what action steps you can take to create your outcome in easier ways with more flow. So when you think about what you want and why you want it, and then you think about your action steps, be open to those action steps changing and listen to the universe and listen to how you feel. Pay attention to how you feel while you're taking them. If they feel really forceful and misaligned, maybe it's not the right action step. If there's some resistance, maybe it's bringing you a lesson. And I'll have to make a video on the difference between alignment and resistance because it can be hard to tell. And if it is really beneficial to stop doing something if it's misaligned. But if there's resistance towards something you want, the resistance isn't necessarily indicating that you should stop doing that thing. So that's a really interesting thing to think about. So in your life, with your overall picture of your life, with your individual goals within that and your intentions for manifesting and just how you show up in your everyday life, leave that margin for magic. Be open to what the universe could bring to you and recognize that there are infinite possibilities of how your life can unfold and how easy it gets to be and what opportunities there could be, and that it gets to flow and come to you as fast as you allow it. I really recommend a book by Richard Dotz. I think it's called Infinite Pathways. All his books are great, but it's just kind of an extended dialogue about the infinite possibilities that are available to you, and that any of them will take you to your destination. And before I go, one more thing, because that just reminded me of it. Always know that you are on the right path. You've probably heard that saying, my success is inevitable and I'm on the right path. But here's the thing, it's not one path. It's the path of your life. It's the unfolding of your story. And the thing about the universe and destiny, I guess we could call it, is that as you go along the path, as you take the actions, you can't go wrong. You can't take a misstep. You can't make a mistake, because anything that happens, firstly, brings a lesson to you and grows you more into the person that you are. that you truly are, that your higher self is. But also the universe just gently redirects you. It's like when people have, this is a negative example, but when people have a health issue and they don't change the thing they need to change, the body starts speaking louder and louder, making it clearer and clearer and more obvious, until if the person doesn't listen, then the body is screaming at them and forcing them to slow down and stop. You've probably heard of those stories where people have ended up completely burnt out or with chronic fatigue or some kind of illness. Or I read a story, I can't remember who it was. It was someone who was hustling while she was pregnant, and she ended up in hospital, and it was a wake-up call for her to change her life. That's the body speaking, but it's also the universe is saying, hey, you need to pay attention to this. Now, that doesn't just happen with the body, it happens in life too. If there's something that we need to know, the universe will make it very, very clear to you. If you take a little step off the path, that's still your path. The universe will just create like a new path in front of you. If you don't take a certain opportunity, the universe will present you with another one. That's just what happens. I tell people that, like with signs from the universe and trying to figure out what your purpose is and stuff, you don't need to try so hard. The universe has got your back. The universe is guiding you. It's like, people relate it to like a mother. It's the unconditional love and guidance. But I also kind of see it as like this big kind of energetic hand, or like this flowing river where it's just kind of gently pushing you in the right direction. Like you're a leaf on the river of life. And that's, we can bring that back to having that, leaving that margin for magic as well. Like you're a little leaf, or maybe you're a little fairy on the leaf or something like that, and you can see the destination that you want in the distance, and you know that you're going in that general direction, but you let the river flow you down and take the twists and turns that it needs to get you where you want to be. You know your what and your why. You know how you want to feel every day. Be open. Allow the universe to bring you blessings and opportunities and just more than you could possibly imagine. When you wake up in the morning, create a mantra, or just say to yourself, today's going to be a magical day. Or if it's, if you're focusing on manifesting more money, a really great one is that money flows to me in expected and unexpected ways. But more than just money, be open to that magic in every aspect of your life. Apply it to the little things, apply it to the goals, apply it to your relationships, apply it to your dream life, and also apply it to that every day, just being open to the possibilities. Because really, you can predict all you like, but you never really know what's going to happen. You never really know how your day is going to unfold. And the days that you are open and, go on adventures and feel free and follow the flow and listen to your intuition and take action, those are the days that are really exciting and make memories, rather than the days that, I suppose the opposite is, we assume that everything will be the same. It's predictable, we're stuck in our rut, we don't do anything exciting or interesting or new, and it feels like the days just passed us by. But so be open to the magic, because there's a dichotomy there. I just gave you a very strong example of each, and that brought contrast, and with contrast comes clarity. So which kind of life would you like to live? I know for me, it's the one with the margin for magic. All right, I will see you in the next episode, guys. Mwah, mwah.